Welcome back. It is 1574, and I don't remember what happened in the last one. What happened? That's a great question. If I look at my notes, it doesn't really say anything. Oh, approval for Juliana's marriage. Florence returned home. She had her baby. Okay. Things are coming together. Uh, yeah, Juliana finished her aspiration. Okay, yeah, we're doing good. So anyway, this year we have a couple of important birthdays. So we'll start with Randolph Larkin. That is Florence's new baby. Can't get an 8 or a 16. Oh man, Florence, your baby died. That's so sad. Okay, Luke, our heir, can't get a 7, 14, or 19. He has to survive. He did. Whew. Celestria Heredia, our stepdaughter, and Dennis Hobard, our cousin, can't get a 7 or a 13. No 7 or 13. And then you have to get a 1 through 5 to get married. Oh, wait. Does it include 5? 1 through 5 is no marry. For Celestria. Oh, no. Of course. Okay, well, Dennis Hobart is going to have 4 kids. Dennis Hobart, 4. Oh, I'm bumming. Celestria is not going to get married. Okay, and then Juliana Larkin can't get a what or a 3 or 18, so she survived. Okay. As for townies, oh, we have a bunch of birthdays for the older crowd and a couple of toddlers. Oh, and Anchor. Okay. Well, that's good because Anchor and Juliana are getting married. Okay, yeah, let's hop into the game. So here we are in our household. The first thing we're going to do is age up Celestria. It is her teenage birthday. She is also a bear right now, but that's okay. She's really not getting along with her. I guess it's technically her stepmother, her stepfather's wife, I guess. But anyway, we're also almost there on our little baby's skills. She is just needing to get to level 3 in the potty skill. Of course, we're also aging up Luke this year, so then we'll start with his toddler skills. So anyway, we're just having a small little family thing for Celestria where the whole family is just going to, sit around and watch her blow out the candles, have some cake, all that. And she rolled romantic, which is unfortunate because she's not going to get married. But anyway, we have everyone having a slice of cake together. Very sweet. She seems to take after her father. She looks kind of like her father to me. So there's that. And yeah, everything is going really well for her. She's going to have her coming out ball today, and it's going to be lovely. So here she is, looking gorgeous. She's like third in line for the light throne, actually. So there's that. But anyway, just going to... I really had a hard time picking out a hairstyle and stuff. I don't know why. I was trying to keep in mind that, I feel like perhaps Damaris, maybe wouldn't help her, right? But, Juliana would help her, So, I don't know. I know this is kind of brown, but it's also the game says it's orange, so I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go with what the game tells me because we don't even have a family that has the color brown, so it doesn't really matter if it is a bit brown. So we are going to have her coming out ball, and we are going to invite everybody over. Let's see. As many as we can find here, and we'll just hire a few people. We'll have it at our house. Why are you still wearing an outfit that is not appropriate? There we go. Okay, so here we are. She has a lot going for her, and Nicholas is going to get her an estate for her dowry and everything. And so she really does have a lot going for her because, even though she is an orphan, she's still, her mother was a princess, her father was a lord, and now she is the stepdaughter of an earl. She has a lot of high-up connections that would help her here, more so than some of the other ladies in the world. So let's just have her have a dance. This is our cousin, but she's technically not related to him. I'm sure that the families that's Richard II, I'm sure that our families would, think it an appropriate match for her to marry someone in the family, despite him not having a title, but we'll see. So so in the middle of the coming out ball, Damaris comes out with a cake and with candles and everything. And so she's like, it's Luke's birthday. We have to celebrate Luke's birthday. And she kind of is trying to like take the spotlight away from Celestria at her own party. She's like, oh, it's Luke's birthday. Everyone come have cake, and like kind of, distracts them from the purpose of the ball. So that's tough for her. To do. And I think Celestria is like not surprised. Like I don't think she's hurt by it. I don't think she's surprised by it. She knows that Damaris and her are enemies, and she knows that she would probably pull something like this. So I think she is disappointed that she didn't get to, dance with all the guys and really meet everyone and do all this stuff. But I don't think she's exactly surprised by what happened. So the ball is wrapping up with everyone having cake for Luke's birthday. And I'm going to send her using the Regency mod out. Oh, excuse me. Out to, be presented to the Queen. So there's that. Olivia is just hanging out outside. When does Olivia die anyway? Is that like a horrible thing to ask? Because I'm curious. Oh, not until 1580. Okay. But we're getting close to there. No, we're not. We're like halfway through the decade. But anyway, so here is little Luke. He is a cutie pie for sure. And I'm going to put him in a really fancy outfit because I feel like his mother would do that. Like she's like, my son, the future Earl. Like be very like, over dramatic about the whole thing while disenfranchising her daughters. So yeah, she's terrible. She's really awful. But anyway, now we're going to just check up on our toddler skills for our two toddlers. Nicholas is, of course, watching over his babies very nicely. He loves them very much. And Damaris is still going to continue to be mean to the kids. She's literally an enemy with every one of she's an enemy with Juliana, with Celestria, with the twins. So anyway, I am going to come over here and have Juliana actually be excited about her upcoming nuptials. I think that she might be a little worried because her and Anchor seem to not get along as well as we initially thought, but she's already, it's too late for her now. So no, you do not have a crush on your stepfather. That's gross. This game, that's so gross. Don't do that. Anyway, so Juliana is excited about her wedding. She's really looking forward to it, even though she's a little apprehensive. But this is the choice she made, and she's going for it. She's going full tilt. And then we also have Celestria talking to Nicholas about the party, and he's kind of asking her how she thought it went, if there was anyone she liked. And she really, didn't get to have the party that she wanted, but she doesn't want to complain to him. And I think that part of that is related to the fact that she was very young when both of her parents died. And even though Nicholas has raised her and, she's in this household, no one is actually related to her in this household. No one really has, an actual obligation to her. And Damaris comes over and is still mean to her and stuff. And so she doesn't really feel like, she obviously feels like Nicholas is not really on her side, even though he does want what's best for her. Like, he's not willing to do anything about Damaris, So, obviously, Celestria doesn't feel like that's a safe space for her to actually complain. Like, she knows that she can't be like, hey, I'm really upset that Damaris hijacked my coming out ball for Luke's birthday, because Nicholas is kind of like, not all my Sims are going to be perfect angels like Gabriel II. But like, we're at a situation where Nicholas is just going along to get along. He's kind of just passive when it comes to Damaris because he's like, fine, I married her just to have kids and to take care of my children. Like, he's not sticking up for his children with her, and that's not cool. That's not a good thing that a father does, right? So Nicholas has his flaws as well. And I think that, life has just kind of beaten him down over time, and that he just, like, isn't the same as he used to be. It isn't as easy as it used to be. So anyway, yeah, Nicholas is not really a good father. But he does love them, and he wants what's best for them, but he's not really a good father. Anyway, so Juliana, we just aged her and Anchor up, and so we are going to have the two of them have their wedding today. I did use My Wedding Stories wedding this time. I know I kept messing that up over and over and over again, but I finally got it this time. So here we are. And we are going to have them walk up the aisle and have their vows and everything. So everyone is here to see them. There they are. Juliana and Anchor. Look at how happy they are. They're pretty happy. I think that they'll be okay. Also, Anchor is a vampire. So there's a possibility that Juliana's children will be vampires. That is a possibility that we'll have vampires back in the main family line, like in our family tree, blood related to us. So that's pretty exciting. And then we are going to have them kiss. They bonked heads. It was kind of cute. We'll have her walk up the aisle because for some reason it doesn't count when they go together. And then we'll go upstairs. We'll have a feast and we'll have some drinks and we'll have a good time and it'll be excellent. I'll have Nicholas make a toast to his sister. Everything will be good. So here everyone is having a great time. And if you notice, Damaris was not invited. And honestly, I didn't do that on purpose. I was just clicking the first 15 Sims in the list. But I think that actually is kind of telling because I feel like that would happen. You know, Juliana kind of snubbed Damaris regarding the invitation and everything. And so I think that that's something she would do and that Damaris would crash the wedding then later. So Damaris is now here crashing the feast. She missed the ceremony, but I just think that that's kind of a funny accident that happened and I'm making it part of the story now. So anyway, then the wedding is coming to an end, and of course, I don't know. You guys have to let me know. Does anybody else have this problem where every time they try to move a sim using that not from Managed Worlds, that it doesn't work? Like my game froze again. Like I can't click the check mark. I can't click the X. I'm just stuck. I have to close my game and then reopen. Luckily, you can save and quit, but like, is that really a thing that's happening to everybody? Anyway, so I am making the whiteheads color black because they can't have the color white. The Hobards have the color white, but I just think it would be kind of ironic and funny to have them have the color black. So there we go. And then we're back home. Juliana is off in her married house, and she's now Juliana Whitehead, and she has 2 baby tries, and we'll get her pregnant right now. So there she goes. She's going to have a boy, so maybe carry on the Whitehead name. And then we are going to add them in here. So here they are, happily married, hopefully for a while. We'll see what happens. And then we'll go from there. So here they are. I'm going to get their new pictures in there too and everything. But I'm just going to, for right now, we have Nicholas working on the Paragon partner aspiration. And so the very last thing he needs to do is go on another date with a partner. And I'm like, okay, well, let's do it. So he is going to ask Arun out on a date. And I'm going to send them both out to the bar. Also, everyone is overheating right now. So that's just great. But here we are. There they are. Okay, so then we're going to have some drinks, have a good time, spend some time together. They're just enjoying each other's company. And, you know, for Nicholas, this is kind of his escape, right? Like he's able to just kind of leave the house where there's a lot of toxicity and go and see his other partner and everything. But I think Nicholas is also feeling kind of bad. Like he doesn't necessarily want to be a cheater, and we do have a scandal just witnessed, so everyone's going to be talking about him and Arun woohooing at the tavern. So they kind of talk about it, and he's like, oh, I probably have to talk to Damaris now that there's going to be like a rumor going around about it. And Arun is like, well, just like do what I'm doing with my wife. Like you can have an open marriage, you can have multiple partners, it's fine. Like you can just decide to do that together. But like obviously, you know, that's something you're in real life. That is something that you're supposed to negotiate before you've gone out and gotten another partner. So Nicholas just completed the aspiration, which is great. But yeah, so obviously Nicholas did not go about this correctly. I don't think Damaris really cares. But he does feel like he needs to talk to her, especially now that there are rumors going around. But yeah, she just cares that she's the main wife with the son, like she's not, she doesn't really love Nicholas to the point where she would get like jealous. But here we are. So, I am going to just come over here and have the kids play together. I don't know why. I just think it's cute, like I just think it's cute. So, um, just having the daughters, the twins, spend some time together, spend some time, I guess, with Gabriel, because there he is. And, Damara spends a lot of time in the crypt. Like, anyway, but also now we have a spot open in our household, so she's like wanting to get pregnant again because she wants to have at least an heir and a spare, right? Because she's worried about, if something happened to Luke, because we know that things are crazy and things happen all the time. I mean, when is the next? I don't think there's another event until there's a plague in 1592, but you really should have an heir and a spare, at least. So anyway, but Nicholas and Damaris are just having a conversation here where they are spending some time together, and Nicholas wants to kind of talk to Damaris before the rumor spreads too far, and he says, like, I just want you to know, like, so my friend, Arun, you've met him and his wife, and they have, like, an arrangement where they're allowed to kind of do whatever they want. And so I was wondering if, I don't want to offend you, but I've been doing whatever I wanted, and so I would like to know if that's a problem between us. And so Damaris is basically like, she's like, look, I don't care what you do as long as you never bring an affair child home. Like, she basically says, like, you can never legitimize any children you might have from whatever it is you do. Other than that, I don't care. Like, she wants her children to be the children. Like, and if her son isn't going to be the next Earl, then he can't bring in, like, an outside child to solve that problem for them, right? So she basically, we already knew she didn't really care, but she's, saying, you have to promise me that you will never, ever bring home an affair child. And Nicholas agrees because he's a pushover to her, which is unfortunate, but true. So he agrees. Not that it really matters since he's, woohooing with a man. So it's not like that him or Arun are going to get pregnant. But yeah. So he just, I think he felt kind of bad, and as he should. Nicholas is obviously, not this paragon of goodness, right? Like, he's not, he makes a lot of mistakes. He really, really does. So, but I don't know. It's like, I feel like in real life, I would think he's a bad person. Like in real life, I would think he's a bad person, but because he's my sim and I love all of them, I don't know. Anyway, so Juliana has come to visit. She's pregnant. We're all very excited about it. We're happy to start having some babies again. I love that for us. And yeah, so we're just all doing our thing. It's Talk Like a Pirate Day, so I was having everyone talk like a pirate and, have those interactions with each other. And he's spending some time with the kids, and Juliana is here, and she is definitely nauseous. And yeah, so we're just doing the skills for the kids. And actually, Damaris is going to finish her aspiration today as well. She just had to get to level 8 of the criminal career. So she is finishing her aspiration as well, which is really great. And it feels good because we are getting into kind of the next generation now with Celestria having her stuff going on where she is going to, try and find a husband, right? Like, that's what she's going to want. So that's where she's at. And yeah, he's just teaching Nick. No, he's teaching Luke. Luke and Nick and Luke. Okay. So yeah, and I'm going to have them woohoo again, even though the butler is standing right there. She really wants to get pregnant, so I'm going to have them woohoo plenty of times. Although I think we're adults now, right? So I think, no, she's not an adult, but he is, I believe. Yeah. So, their baby try chances are a little low, but we'll see where it goes. I'm not going to try for baby unless they get the whim, but we'll see if she can get pregnant. It's not like I'm in any rush because it's not like she could have another baby after that anytime soon. So, Anyway, here we are. Here are the birthdays for this year, which include Randolph Larkin passing away. Unfortunately, poor Florence. Luke Larkin becoming a toddler, Celestia Heredia becoming a teenager, Dennis Hobart becoming a teenager, Juliana Larkin becoming a young adult, Anchor Whitehead becoming a young adult, Marie Venian becoming a toddler, and Sophronia Domino becoming a toddler. And then I realized Neighborhood Stories is doing its thing. So we have a few deaths because of Neighborhood Stories, including Enaid Domino, M. Brigg, Antony Brigg, Paulina Kostanov, and Jerome Rockwell. All passed away because of Neighborhood Stories, I guess, unless they just disappeared. But I assume it's Neighborhood Stories since I have that turned on. So I'm gonna have to start checking and making sure that I know where all the Sims are. So yeah, that is this year. I hope you guys are excited. Next year we don't have too many important birthdays, but we will continue on nonetheless, and I'll catch you in the next one.